Zimbabwe was named the best travel destination of 2025, and I couldn't agree more. It is home of the Victoria Falls, which is one of 7 natural wonders of the world. Now, as a solo traveler, I found it very safe to get around. The locals were very nice, and the country itself was just so stunning, if I'll be honest. But in my personal opinion, though, I think way too many people overlook Zimbabwe. I spent 3 days in this beautiful country, and I hope you guys enjoy my vlog as much as I enjoyed my trip, because I definitely had an authentic African experience. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and to all my subscribers, welcome to another episode. So I landed at the Victoria Falls International Airport at around 11 a.m. and the immigration process was very smooth. I got out within 20 minutes, I should say, and they do have SIM cards on sale if anyone needs SIM card and data. So connectivity was never an issue for me while I was on my travels. So there was a minor communication error with my hotel, and so I ended up booking a taxi outside. And don't just book any random taxi, because I actually verified on Google if you was certified or not, because I was not getting kidnapped in a brand new country. I sat in the back and I made sure I had my GPS going for the location of the hotel just in case he wanted to turn off or something. But turns out he was a really cool guy and we just chatted mostly about Jamaica and stuff like that.
I see someone who came from Jamaica. I just see the vibe. The vibe from Jamaica.
Yeah.
There are plenty of Rasta people.
Yeah.
I like Movado, like music from Movado. Vibes Cartel.
Oh, I was about to ask if you don't know Vibes Cartel.
That man is too much. No, from here.
I got to my hotel safely. I finally got to check in. They took my bags and I was like so happy because I was like, yay, I could go rest, take a shower or something. I got to my room, I got settled in for a bit, and then I started recording. This hotel I stayed at was the Cresta Sprayview Hotel. It's located 5 minutes away from the Victoria Falls, and I spent $100 per night, and it was very worth it. The views were given, and it was very nice and clean and spacious. My hotel actually does provide a free shuttle to and from the Victoria Falls, so I took advantage of that and actually didn't go to sleep. I just booked my ticket. Well, I bought my ticket at the gate and inside I went. Oh my god, guys! I can't believe it. I'm finally here. I made it. Am I dreaming? At this point in time, this was just me, like, in complete disbelief. I was in the motherland, like I was ticking my bucket list in real time. I finally got over to my first view of the fall and I was just like, wow, like in complete disbelief. I was like, it's so much more beautiful in person, and I was still in shock that I was in Africa. Like, how many miles did I fly to see this in person? But that wasn't even all. That was just the first of so much more to come. On the Zimbabwean side, Victoria Falls actually has 16 viewpoints. And so, if you really want to do all viewpoints, I would suggest you clear your day or clear an afternoon for 2 to 3 hours, just so you can walk through and see everything and not rush it. Because trust me, you're going to take a lot of photos. So while I was there, I met this guy. He was also doing his YouTube thing and we just chatted for a minute. Okay guys, so today we are here with yes.
This official Shami is gathering right here at Victoria Falls. So I just met one of this from Jamaica. Trust me, she's a beautiful girl.
Oh, thank you.
So I want them to tell me a little bit about the culture of Jamaica.
After that little chit chat session, I continued my walk through the park. And as much as the falls was so beautiful, I actually enjoyed this part too because it was just so lush and you could still hear the falls beating and pumping and going through the back, just roaring, going along. So this was viewpoint number 10. And you know how they always say, oh, it doesn't get any better than this? Listen, it actually got more and more stunning. Like, there was no way that each time we went to a different viewpoint, it upgraded. So, yeah, that was Victoria Falls in a nutshell. I got to viewpoint 11. I was thinking to myself, like, why did they give us a raincoat again? You know? But that was just me jumping the gun. Because little did I know what was about to come. At this point, it was definitely raincoat activation time. Fall, but it's actually the falls. Oh my goodness! I completed all my viewpoints and then I was heading over to the bridge side. And no, I didn't use my phone at viewpoint number 16 because it was way too much water going on and I didn't want to get my phone messed up. No, as you can see, that is actually the bridge that leads over to Zambia. And I didn't get a chance to go. Actually, I didn't want to go because the park closed at 6 and I was like, maybe it's too late to cross the bridge. Probably I should have asked this guy because I did stop him to ask him to confirm for Zambia's side. But yeah, no, I was like, you know what, another day. But that day never came.
Is it what? Zimbabwe and Zambia. The other side is Zimbabwe.
So, Jamaica.
Jamaica.
What can I say? Victoria Falls, you have my aunt. You have my heart. Look at that sunset. Well, not really, but almost time for sunset. But yeah, Victoria Falls, it was nice to see you in person. Thank you.
So yeah, it was getting close to 6 o'clock and they closed at 6. And so I was making my way off property. But before I did that, I realized they had a little art gallery by the front. And so I stopped for a few seconds or maybe 2 minutes just to check out the art that they had on display. My driver was already on the outside and now he's taking me back to my hotel so I can freshen up and get some dinner. Yeah, and that was it for my first day of activities. Still me in shock, can't believe like I literally just crossed a thing off my bucket list. Like, yay me! This was my dinner and I should say it was absolutely lovely. The portion size was a little bit big at first I thought, but then look at me eating it all and it was delicious. It is day 2 and I'm already moving on to another country. As part of my package, I paid for a day trip to Botswana, but I'll give you guys that on a separate vlog. So let's just roll into day 3.
Good morning. How are you today?
So now it's day 3 and I'm about to do something crazy. But before I do that, my driver stopped at the craft market and so I was grabbing some souvenirs, which was a pretty good idea. Because why not? Now, while I was there, I noticed that there were some people dressed in traditional attire, just like the ones at the airport, and they were just chanting, dancing, and I thought that was pretty cool. I grabbed some stuff from the market for my family, and then I was off to do my first activity of the day. Now I am at Wild Horizons. And of course, if you're indulging in any extreme activity, you are required to sign a waiver, right? So there I was signing my life away so early in the morning, 7 o'clock, to do something crazy. For this crazy activity, I am about to zipline over the Zambezi Gorge. And yes, I was the first person of the morning to do that activity. So I got a little bit nervous. However, they did reassure me everything would be okay. I got into my harness and it was time for me to jump over the cliff. Like, he just told me, run, jump, stretch your arms out. And yes, it was a bit frightening. This activity, I give it a 7 out of a 10. Like, I do like extreme activities, but this one, I didn't feel that secure because my legs were dangling. And then on the way back, they would actually pull the string or pull the cord for you to get in, like reel you in. So yeah, no. I tried it a second time and I think I liked it better the second time because I wasn't that scared. But I still wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10. Sorry. But it was a nice little rush. It was a nice thrill. So yeah. And in case you are curious, this type of zip lining was called the flying fox. So it is still a zip lining, just not the traditional one. Total time for this activity took me around 3 to 4 minutes. And so pretty soon I was done with that. I headed over to the Lookout Cafe to grab some breakfast, but they weren't open yet. They actually opened at 8 o'clock. And so I just went and checked out more gorgeous views of the gorge and of the Zambezi River, and then I headed back to my driver because he was waiting for me.
Everyone will just go.
For the rest of the day, I spent it at my hotel just relaxing, taking care of some photos, deleting photos. And then in the afternoon, for my second activity of that day, it was a trip down the Zambezi River to see animals and watch the sunset. I got picked up around 3:30 p.m. and then they brought everyone that was doing the same activity to the waterfront, and then we all got aboard and they were issuing safety rules and all the stuff that we were about to see.
Where we are is approximately 70 kilometers to go and catch Kazungula border. Then this river proceeds up to Kariba Dam, where men made a dam for hydropower shared by Zambian and Zimbabwe. Then from there it passes through Mozambique, then after Mozambique pouring into Indian Ocean. That's where it ends with the total as Niger. So Zambezi being the fourth. So ladies and gentlemen, the animals we are going to see guaranteed are hippopotamus, as they stay in water. Sometimes if you are lucky, if you drink as much as you can, the beer which I mentioned, you can see the Zambezi giant elephant, maybe swimming across the river or in the island. Those are the animals which have got access to go out and to go to the island. As I'm saying,
At first, I was just seated by myself, taking in the views, taking lots of photos and videos. And then I noticed there was another solo traveler who was also sitting by herself, and so quickly we became friends. The very first animal we spotted was the hippo, and there were plenty of them this day that we went down the river. Our second sighting was a Nile crocodile. After around an hour on being on the cruise, they gave us food, so it was food and choice of alcoholic or non-alcoholic beverages. And so yes, of course I took non-alcoholic.
Yes, a nice cat. Yes. Yes.
The boat didn't get too close to them as we were advised that they're very violent. And so I just used my phone to zoom in as close as possible without losing quality of the images.
Minutes without breathing, then they pop out breathing. Then they can walk on the mainland as many hours as like me. Yes. Show animal show. No, they just kill for the crocodile. Only. If they kill me, they leave it. The crocodile come and eat. For defense themselves.
If it jumps in here,
Continuing the journey, this time we spotted a bigger crocodile. And I was like, wow, okay. So a few persons said that they saw a monkey, and this was on the side of Mozambique, but I personally didn't see anything. I was just recording, to be honest. Pretty soon, it was time for the moment we've been all waiting for, sunset.
I know.
I tried taking a photo of my drink with the sunset in the back, but that wasn't really working out so well. So then I just asked my friend if she could take me with the sunset in the back. And then a guy saw her taking my photo and was like, do you want me to record both of you with the sunset in the back? And so to be honest, it was a beautiful trip. Just when you think that the sunset was beautiful, it just got more beautiful, because as you can see, this sunset was red. And personally, I've never witnessed a African sunset before, and this one was the best one. I tried doing it on hyperlapse, but the quality wasn't really that great. But anyways, I still uploaded it.
Yes, so you know.
Now that the main show was over, it was time for us to head back to shore before it was nightfall. Now we're on our way to get dropped off to our different hotels, but even in the bus, you could still see how bright the sky was. Wow. It is the final day of my trip, and while I was a bit saddened, I was also feeling ecstatic. Why? Just imagine if I had listened to all the people asking me, "Why are you going to Zimbabwe? What's there to do?" You know, I came here to see Victoria Falls in person, and at this point in time, I was in a whole nother world of adventures. I mean, I was about to feed elephants.
Good.
After that brief introduction and expectation of the day, they drove us further into the reserve where we were led to go and sign our waivers. Not a lot of people know this about me, but I actually like to take my photos when there is no one around, and so I allowed everyone to walk in front of me and to like kind of get into the building while I did a mini 360, I would say, of the place because it was just so peaceful and beautiful. Now we got to the spot where we were supposed to sign the waivers, but a few persons wanted to use the bathroom, so I used that opportunity to come outside and take another video. This was a little 10-minute session of them updating us of what to expect, signing the waivers, and if anyone wanted to donate to the cause of protecting and feeding and taking care of the elephants. The name of this organization is the Ellie Crew, and I'll leave in my description where you guys can donate if you want to. We were all brought outside to wash our hands, where we were led to go and feed the elephants. So there you can see one guy bringing all the elephants in while everyone is standing outside washing our hands. They ended up dividing us into groups, and so each elephant was assigned 4 to 5 persons, I would say, if I remember correctly. And it was an amazing experience. So this session of feeding the elephants, it was so much more than that. I would say it was super educational as they enlightened us about the elephant activities and so much stuff that we actually wouldn't know on a daily basis. I'll let you guys listen in as if you were there, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Male. He's 27 years old.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess you are wondering why he have got one tusk.
Yeah.
Yeah, what he did is that elephants, they usually use their tusk when ring. So flapping of ears, that's how elephants, they usually control their body temperature. You find out that during the hot day, they will spend more time, warm day, they spend more time flapping. As they flap their ears, when blood flow from the body to the ears, because of the intricate network of, probably his ears will be as big as for mine.
Let's see, let's see.
Let's check my boy. Yes, good boy.
Body language communication, just like we people. So elephants, you find out that in the wild, as they walk, when they are in a long march, with the environment, to let all the members know about it which are following behind. An elephant will go for an headshot. So just like we people,
Now we go
that
for
we
the
also
fun part.
use body language.
I don't know if you did
Not only us people, also elephants do.
Stand back. Stand back. One more time.
Nicely done, like a lady. Powdering our nose.
Yeah.
So elephants, they've got a thick skin, up to 4 centimeters thick in some parts.
Yeah.
But they've got quickly to a mud hole where they'll get to wallow in the mud. Mud works as a sunscreen and repellent. Normal color of elephants, they are grayish brown, but they often look fun part. Whoever is ready first, you will just leave your phone behind so we can help to take photos. Then you go next to Wongani, he will give you food to feed your elephant.
Oh. It was such a beautiful day out, like it wasn't too hot and it wasn't too cold. And yes, I was traveling by myself, and so I was just taking some photos of myself until they were ready for me. Now it's my turn, and there I am feeding the elephant.
Look this side. You can take minus to Jamaica.
Yes, I will. Right? He says yes. He says he's coming. You know, looking at the elephant from afar, one would think that his trunk was tough or dry. I don't know. But it actually wasn't. It wasn't super soft, but it was so much softer than I expected.
Step closer. Long attached with the gums. As they chew on branches, the bark and the roots in smaller pieces, they will break off, falling out. Until the rest of elephants, they get into menopause, they no longer reproduce. And that last set will last them until when they're about 65, 70 years. When they lose their last set of teeth, an elephant cannot feed.
Oh.
So most of the death of elephants, they die of malnutrition or starvation, which is a sad way to die.
Yeah.
Yep. Just like horses, that they can sleep standing. They lock their joints and on grass because it's very soft. They can't chew on branches, the bark and the roots. Yep. So they will start starving when dry season comes until they die.
That's so sad.
Which is a sad way to die. During the summer, which is our rain season here, they will drink twice a day, in the morning and in the late afternoon, whereby they can drink up to 80 liters in the morning, 80 liters in the late afternoon.
That's a lot.
But
Bye. Now that the feeding session was over, it was time for us to watch them in their natural habitat while we indulge in a little breakfast, I would say. They had provided for us assorted pastries and refreshments, while the elephants themselves provided for us free entertainment.
Did they ever play in
One thing's for sure, I am no expert when it comes to African animals, okay? So I am not 100% sure if it was a gemsbok or if it was a kudu, but I do know it was some type of antelope that came to the watering hole while the elephants were there drinking as well.
Oh yeah.
One big culture shock for me is how freely the animals roam in Africa. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, it's just that I'm actually not used to that, right? So what I've noticed during my travels, and yes, what you're looking at is a private reserve, but during my travels, even on the highway, often we do have to stop to like let elephant cross, you know? And I think it's pretty cool. Yes, you have to be careful because you don't want to hit any animals or you don't want to be eaten by an animal, but I also think it's pretty cool. During our observation of the animals there at the water hole, I realized there were two elephants that were fighting. So I turned to my guide and I asked him like, hey, what's going on? And that's when he made me aware that it's a normal thing for elephants to fight, mostly for dominance, or sometimes they're just playing. And that these were two brothers that were actually playing in the moment, you know?
So what are these two elephants on the right doing? Just playing? Or are they fighting?
They're fighting, I think.
At this time of the day, it was around noon, which meant that the total time for our activity lasted 2 hours. After our observation and everything, they brought us back to where we started. They gave us a survey asking us would we recommend them and what would we grade them out of 5. And for me, if I could give them 10 out of 10, I would. It was an amazing experience and I definitely recommend this one for everyone visiting Victoria Falls or the area. We were on our way back to get dropped to our respective hotels, but for me, it was time for me to head to the airport. It was my last day. I really couldn't believe my trip was coming to an end. Like, why didn't I book more days? You know, that's all I kept thinking to myself. But it was okay because I know for a fact this time I will plan my trip properly and spend much more time in a country that deserves it all. It was way past checking out point, so I had to get my keys reactivated so I could get my stuff so that my driver could take me back to the airport. Not me fake crying, like, wow. Anyways, I am back at the airport and wow, what can I say? The whole experience, I loved it. My driver, he was talking to me and he was asking me like, hey, do you want to participate in the dancing? And I was like, can I? And he was like, of course, why not? And so he spoke to them and of course they allowed me to join them. Oh my goodness, I had no clue of what I was doing, but of course it was beautiful and it's always good to indulge and learn, and that's exactly what I did and I had the best time. It was the perfect ending to my trip. And yes, I would recommend everyone to go and visit Zimbabwe any day, anytime.
Please
Thank you guys for watching and I hope you enjoyed my vlog. Don't forget to like and subscribe and watch my other videos. Thank you.